Chosen one, your angels have brought you here at this holy moment to witness a divine prayer. This is Angel Messages for you, where heaven's whispers become your sacred yes. What I'm about to reveal will show you who is storming heaven's gates for your heart right now. If this truth resonates, type "I receive this blessing" below. Your words complete the divine connection. Let's spread this miracle. Tap like, share with someone waiting for this hope, and subscribe for daily heavenly confirmations. For those moved to support this sacred work, super thanks helps us deliver more answered prayers. Now open your spirit as we unveil the soul-stirring reason behind their prayers for you. Beloved, heaven is leaning close right now. The air around you feels different because the Spirit is confirming this word. You are not imagining the shift in your atmosphere. You are not making up the sense that something is aligning in the unseen. This prayer for you has not been a one-time request. It has been a constant pouring out of their heart before the Father. Every night when they lay down to rest, your name is the last thing on their mind. Every morning when they rise, they thank God for you before their day even begins. The angels say that their words have been steady and unwavering. They do not pray for you in passing. They linger in God's presence with you in mind. They wait on Him to respond. They ask Him to shape them into the kind of spouse who will honor you in all seasons. They have prayed for your protection when you walk through hard days. They have prayed for your joy when life feels heavy. They have prayed for your faith to grow even in the waiting. And they have prayed that their own love for you would be pure, patient, and steadfast. Beloved, you must understand, these are not shallow desires. This is not a fleeting feeling they are chasing. This is a holy commitment already forming in the spirit before it appears in the natural. The angels reveal that heaven has recorded every one of these prayers. Not one has been lost, not one has been ignored. They rise like incense before the throne of God, and He is pleased with what He hears. This person has even prayed about the small details of your life. They have asked God to help them understand your heart, to learn your needs without you having to speak them, to bring peace to your spirit when you are weary, and to make you feel cherished every single day. They have prayed for the strength to lead when you need direction and the humility to follow when God speaks through you. They have prayed for the wisdom to resolve disagreements with love and for the grace to never let pride or anger build walls between you. Beloved, the angels say this is why heaven is moving so quickly now, because this is not selfish love. It is love rooted in service. It is love that seeks to reflect the heart of Christ, the bridegroom of the church. They have prayed over your health, over your family, over your dreams, over the work of your hands. They have asked God to open doors for you that no one can shut, to close the wrong doors so you are never trapped in less than His best. They have prayed that the two of you will build something together that outlives you both, a legacy of faith, joy, and blessing that generations will remember. Beloved, this is why the angels say, do not doubt your worthiness of this kind of love. You are not asking for too much. You are not hoping for something impossible. God Himself has stirred these prayers because He intends to answer them, and heaven is confirming. The prayer is already being answered in ways you cannot see yet. Conversations are being arranged, encounters are being aligned, your names are being spoken in rooms and in prayers where your feet have not yet stepped, They have prayed to be the safe place where you can be your truest self, where you can rest without fear of judgment, where you can speak without fear of being silenced, where your tears are caught and your laughter is celebrated. Beloved, this is a different kind of covering. It is not control. It is not possession. It is protection, nurture, and steadfast love. The angels say that even when they are tired, even when their own heart is heavy, they still choose to pray for you first. Because loving you has never felt like a burden. It has felt like a calling, and heaven has been responding. Little signs have already been sent to you. Moments when you felt an unexplainable peace in the middle of chaos. Times when joy rose up in you for no reason. That was God letting you feel the covering of their prayers. They have told God, "Even if I have to wait longer than I hoped, I will wait. I will not let my impatience destroy what you are building. I will trust your timing for our union." Beloved, this level of surrender is rare. But this is what covenant love looks like before it even reaches the altar. It is birthed in prayer, tested in patience, and strengthened in obedience. The angels declare that heaven is already smiling at your future wedding day, because this will not be just a ceremony. It will be a testimony. Every guest will see that what you share is not ordinary. It will be clear that God Himself authored this story. Type, "I receive this covenant love," in the comments to claim it in faith. Tap like as your act of agreement with heaven. Subscribe to Angel Messages for you, so you never miss what God is speaking over your life. And give a super thanks to sow into the love story He is writing for you right now. Beloved, you are seen, you are chosen, you are loved beyond measure, and heaven smiles because your suddenly is closer than you think. Beloved, the moment has already begun in the Spirit. The prayer they prayed for you is no longer just resting at the throne. It has been released back down to the earth with God's answer attached. The angels say the scroll has been unsealed. The order has been given. Heaven's timing is now in motion. While you have been going about your days, unaware of the full picture, God has been weaving both of your paths toward an inevitable meeting point. Every step, every delay, every redirection, all of it has been leading to this. Not one detour has been wasted, not one prayer has been in vain. They have been praying, "Lord, prepare me for them." And God has been preparing you just as carefully. He has been strengthening the places in you that once felt fragile. He has been healing the wounds you thought you had to live with forever. He has been refining your patience, deepening your faith, and opening your capacity for love. Beloved, you may have thought this season was about endurance, but heaven says this season has been about preparation. The love you are stepping into will require maturity, and God was making sure your roots could hold the weight of this blessing. The angels say your future spouse is about to move from silent prayers to visible pursuit. The one who has been on their knees for you will soon be standing in front of you. They will look you in the eyes and speak words they have only dared to say to God. And when they do, you will recognize those words. They will sound familiar because heaven has already whispered them to your spirit. Even now, certain pieces are falling into place without your effort. Phone calls are being made, schedules are aligning, unexpected connections are forming. These are not coincidences. They are divine arrangements. And heaven is smiling because the time of only praying is giving way to the time of walking in answered prayer. You are moving from "Lord, when" to "Lord, thank you." From waiting to witnessing. From longing to living in the promise. Beloved, the angels say, there is no force on earth strong enough to stop what God has ordained in love. No delay, no fear, no past wound can override his perfect plan. You are stepping into a season where the one who prayed for you will also walk beside you. And you will see with your own eyes that their prayers were not empty words. They were the foundation of your covenant. They will tell you stories of how God would wake them in the middle of the night with your name on their lips. They will recall moments when they almost gave up, but God reminded them of the promise. And you will hear in their voice the sincerity that only comes from someone who has travailed in prayer for another soul. Beloved, the angels say you will feel it in your bones when this moment arrives. Your spirit will leap, your heart will settle, and peace, the kind that surpasses understanding, will wrap around you like a warm blanket. Type, "I receive this answered prayer," in the comments if your spirit is in agreement. Tap like, as a sign that you welcome God's timing over your life. And give a super thanks to sow into the marriage testimony God is already writing for you. You are stepping into an unshakable love, a love that was born in prayer, tested in patience, and released in God's perfect timing. Heaven says, your yes is coming, and it will be sweeter than you imagined. Beloved, the angels say, this is the part where heaven starts to move faster. The prayers they prayed in secret are now transforming into actions you can see with your eyes. It will feel like everything is unfolding at once, like doors are swinging open without you even knocking. The one who has been on their knees for you will now begin to stand in boldness. The Holy Spirit is giving them courage they did not have before. They will start making moves that leave you in awe, not because they are trying to impress you, but because they are obeying God's instruction to pursue you without fear. They are gathering the words they will say when they ask you to be theirs forever. Some of those words have already been rehearsed in prayer. Some will come to them in the moment, led by the Spirit. But every syllable will carry the weight of love and the authority of heaven's blessing. The angels say God has already given them the vision. They can see it. The day you say yes, they can hear it. The sound of covenant vows spoken before witnesses and angels alike. And they can feel it. The peace of knowing they are standing in God's perfect will. Beloved, you may feel hints of this in your spirit already. That sudden warmth in your chest when you think of them. That wave of calm that washes over you when you pray for your marriage. Those are not random feelings. They are confirmations. The same Spirit speaking to them is speaking to you. The proposal will not just be a romantic gesture, it will be a holy moment. The atmosphere will shift. Your heart will know before your mind catches up, and heaven will record it as the sealing of a promise made long before you met. Even now, there are angels assigned to that day. They are preparing the environment. They are ensuring that no distraction, no disruption, and no plan of the enemy can interfere. What God has ordained, He will protect. Beloved, this love will not be rushed by flesh, but it will also not be delayed by fear. It is coming in the fullness of time, and that fullness is closer than you think. Type, I am ready for God's timing, in the comments to seal this word in your heart. Tap like as a prophetic act of agreement with heaven's plan. And give a super thanks to plant a seed into your covenant season. The angels say, when you finally hear the words, when they finally take your hands and look into your eyes, you will understand why it had to take this long. Because God was not just preparing them for you. He was preparing you for a love that could last a lifetime and still keep growing. This will not just be a proposal. It will be the day heaven says, "It is done." Beloved, the angels say your wedding day will not feel like the movies. It will feel like a holy appointment. From the moment you wake up, you will sense that the air is different. Peace will rest on you like a warm covering. Every worry will be silenced by a deeper knowing. This is God's day for us. There will be moments when you try to take it all in. But heaven's presence will be so thick, you will almost forget to breathe. The faces around you will blur, but the one God chose for you will stand out like light in the middle of night. They will look at you with a gaze that speaks years of prayer and waiting. That look will tell you, "I prayed for this." It will tell you, "I fought for this." It will tell you, "I will never take this for granted." The angels say the vows will not just be promises. They will be prophetic decrees. Every word you speak will echo in the spiritual realm. Your "I do" will be more than agreement. It will be the sealing of a divine covenant God himself authored. Even the smallest details will carry meaning. The hands that hold yours will carry strength and tenderness. The tears you see in their eyes will be holy water, washing away every past season of loneliness, every disappointment, every prayer you thought God didn't hear. Beloved, you will. Remember this truth: God was not late. He was right on time. Every delay was divine alignment. Every closed door was heaven's way of leading you here. When the officiant speaks, when you hear, "You may now kiss the bride," or "You may now greet your spouse," it will be more than tradition. It will be the earthly sign that the heavenly contract has been signed. Your first step together as husband and wife will feel weightless, because you are stepping not just into marriage but into ministry. The ministry of loving one another God's way. The angels say your marriage will be a lighthouse. People will be drawn to the peace they see between you. Couples will be healed by the way you forgive each other quickly. Hearts will be encouraged by the way you protect each other fiercely. This is why the enemy tried so hard to keep you apart. But the battle is over. The war for this love has been won, and heaven is hosting the victory celebration. Type, "This love is mine," in the comments if you receive this word. Tap like as a prophetic sign that you are stepping into your covenant season, and give a super thanks to sow into the most beautiful love story heaven has ever written for you. Beloved, your heart is not wrong to feel expectation, because heaven is whispering it's time. Not time to rush, but time to stand ready, because what God promised, you are about to hold in your hands. Beloved, the angels say what comes after the wedding will be just as holy as the day itself, because this love was never meant to be a single event. It was meant to be a lifelong testimony. Your mornings together will not just be routines. They will be moments where you thank God quietly for answered prayer. A hand reaching for yours across the bed will be a reminder, I am not alone anymore. Some days, the two of you will laugh until your sides ache. Other days, you will pray together until peace fills every corner of your home. your marriage will carry both joy and prayer, because both are needed for a love that lasts in God's hands. The angels say you will have days when the world tries to pull you apart, but the covenant will stand stronger than any storm. When misunderstandings come, you will remember that your vows were not just to each other, but before God. Beloved, there will be nights you'll feel the weight of life pressing in, and your spouse will wrap you in their arms and whisper, "We will get through this together." That's when you'll know. This is not ordinary love. This is God's fortress around my heart. Every meal you share will carry the quiet beauty of togetherness. Even when the table is simple, even when the food is plain, it will be seasoned with gratitude, because both of you know what it costs to find each other. The angels say your home will be a sanctuary, not because it is perfect, but because the presence of God will dwell there. Every room will carry memories of answered prayers. Every hallway will echo with words of encouragement. You will dream together. You will plan together. You will build together. And every step will be marked by the same truth. God's hand brought you here. There will be anniversaries where you look back and say, "We have been carried by grace." There will be moments where you can't believe how far God has taken you. And through it all, your love will deepen in ways the world can't measure. Beloved, heaven says your marriage will not just bless you, it will bless others. Friends will be encouraged by your unity. Strangers will be inspired by your joy. Children, whether yours or those you mentor, will be shaped by your example. This is why God took his time, because this union is bigger than two people. It is a living picture of Christ and his church. Type "I receive this covenant" in the comments to claim it by faith. Tap like as your prophetic agreement with heaven, and give a super thanks to sow into the miracle of marriage that God is building for you. Beloved, the angels are smiling, because this isn't just a promise anymore. This is the beginning of a forever, and heaven's declaration over you is simple. What God has joined together, let no one separate. Beloved, the angels say this covenant will not just hold in good seasons, it will hold in the hard ones too, because God himself will be the foundation. When storms come, you will not crumble. You will stand together, side by side, shielding each other under the covering of God's promises. There will be days when the enemy tries to plant seeds of doubt, but your prayers will uproot them before they take hold. You will remind each other, "We were chosen for this." God himself wrote our love story. The angels say you will have moments where you see God's fingerprints on everything, on the timing of your meeting, on the way your hearts grew closer without forcing it, on the doors that opened at just the right time, even on the trials that shaped you both for this season. Beloved, you will look into your spouse's eyes and remember the prayers you prayed before you even knew their name. You will remember the nights you asked God for someone who would love you as he loves the church. And you will realize those prayers have flesh and blood now. They are standing in front of you, holding your hand. Your home will become a refuge for others. Family, friends, even strangers will feel peace when they step inside. They will sense the presence of God without you needing to say a word, because love like this radiates beyond the walls. The angels say there will be quiet victories, bills paid in full when you didn't know how, opportunities that appear without explanation, health restored after seasons of prayer, peace settling over situations that once caused anxiety. You will both become each other's loudest cheerleader and strongest intercessor. When one feels weak, the other will speak life. When one loses vision, the other will lift their eyes back to God. This is what covenant love looks like. Not perfect people, but perfectly committed hearts. Beloved, heaven is saying this marriage will multiply blessings. It will not end with you. It will spill over into the lives of those around you. It will break generational patterns of fear, rejection, and lack. It will set a new standard for love in your family line. And one day, years from now, you will sit together, holding hands that are a little older, a little more worn, but still joined in the same vow you made before God. And you will say, "We made it by His grace, and we're still in love." Type, "I received this covenant blessing" in the comments to seal it in faith. Tap like to stand in agreement with heaven over your love story. And give a super thanks to sow into the prophetic word God has released over you today. Beloved, this is not just marriage. This is ministry. This is not just romance. This is kingdom partnership. And heaven declares, it will not fail, because God is in it from start to finish. Beloved, the angels say this covenant will touch generations you will never meet in person. Your prayers together will echo into the lives of your children, grandchildren, and beyond. Every word you speak in faith will plant seeds that will bloom long after you have gone to be with the Lord. The love you share will teach your children what it means to choose God first. They will grow up knowing prayer is not just a Sunday thing. They will see it in the way you and your spouse pray before decisions, how you give thanks in the kitchen while cooking dinner, how you worship in the living room when no one is watching. The angels say your children will be marked by peace. They will carry the security of knowing they are loved deeply and unconditionally. They will never have to wonder if they are wanted, because your home will be filled with words of affirmation and acts of kindness. And even if life challenges them, they will have the foundation of your faith to return to. Because you and your spouse will not just tell them about God. You will show them His love every single day. Beloved, your marriage will not be without tests, but each test will refine you instead of break you. When seasons of lack come, you will see provision in unexpected ways. When misunderstandings arise, you will find deeper understanding through grace. When the enemy tries to cause division, you will choose unity over pride, forgiveness over offense, peace over proving a point. The angels say your marriage will be a living sermon. People will watch and wonder, how do they keep loving like that? Through so much? And you will tell them, it's not us, it's Christ in us. Your testimony will draw others to believe God for their own miracle love stories. Single hearts will be encouraged to wait for God's best. Marriages in trouble will be reminded that restoration is possible. Families will be inspired to make Christ the center again. Beloved, heaven is smiling because this covenant is not self-focused. It is outward-reaching. It is designed to heal, to bless, to inspire. There will be moments where you and your spouse will be sitting together in a simple, quiet evening. No big events, no major news. And one of you will turn to the other and say, I'm so glad. We didn't give up before God brought us here. The angels say you will both experience seasons where God uses you as an answer to each other's prayers in ways you didn't even realize. It will be the way they hold you when you are weary. It will be the way you speak life into their dreams when they feel unsure. It will be the way you surprise each other with small acts of love that speak louder than grand gestures. Beloved, this marriage will carry the fragrance of Christ. People will feel lighter after being around you. Peace will follow you both into every space you enter. Doors will open because the atmosphere shifts when you walk in together. And the angels say, the love you have will be contagious. It will not just stay between the two of you. It will pour out into your church, your workplace, your neighborhood. You will be known not for what you own, but for the way you love, deeply, faithfully, without fear. Type, I receive this covenant blessing in the comments right now. Tap like as your public act of agreement with heaven. And give a super thanks to sow into the marriage God is preparing for you. Beloved, heaven's record has already been written. Your marriage will be a testimony of God's faithfulness. And nothing on earth or in the realm of darkness can overturn what God has ordained. Beloved, the angels say the preparations have already begun in the unseen. Even if your physical eyes cannot yet trace the evidence, the spiritual groundwork is being laid with precision. God is arranging conversations you do not know about. He is moving people into position like pieces on a divine chessboard. Every move is intentional. Every shift is purposeful. Some people will be removed from your life during this season. Not because you did anything wrong, but because they cannot walk with you into this new covenant. The angels say God is protecting the purity of what He is building. Your future spouse is also experiencing shifts. They are seeing truth more clearly. They are feeling an urgency to align their steps with God's timing. What used to distract them no longer satisfies. What used to delay them now feels like a weight they are ready to put down. Beloved, the two angels say heaven is preparing both of you to recognize each other's hearts without fear. They are softening your hearts so that when the day comes, you will not meet with walls of self-protection, but with open arms and open spirits. And yes, there will be signs, not random coincidences, but divine markers. You will find yourself thinking of them and then hearing their name unexpectedly. A scripture will come alive to you in your quiet time that speaks directly about covenant, unity, and love. A song may come on that feels like a message written just for you. The angels say some of these signs will feel so personal, so tailored to your journey that you will have no doubt they came from the throne room. Your future spouse will have their own signs too. They will hear your name in prayer. They will have dreams that confirm what God is saying. They will meet people who speak about you without even realizing they are being used by heaven. And when you finally come together, you will discover how many of these signs mirrored each other. You will realize God was speaking to both of you in harmony, like two instruments playing the same song in different rooms, until He brings you together for the full melody. Beloved, the angels say this will not be a rushed process. It will be a rightly timed process. Because what God builds to last is never hurried, but it is always on time. They are even now preparing the day you will see each other differently. Perhaps you have met before, perhaps you have not, but there will be a moment, a holy recognition, when the Spirit will whisper, "This is the one." And in that moment, fear will lose its voice. The past will lose its grip. All the prayers you've whispered will feel like they are gathering into one great yes from heaven. Beloved, this is why the warfare was so intense. The enemy fears what two anointed, covenant-bound believers can do for the kingdom. But the angels say his efforts have failed. Heaven's decree is stronger than any demonic delay. Even now, your wedding day is a reality in the Spirit. It is on heaven's calendar. There is a date, a season, a moment when it will unfold, and nothing can cancel it. Your love story will not just be a celebration for you and your spouse. It will be a public display of God's glory. It will cause others to believe again. It will restore hope in hearts that have grown tired of waiting. Type, "I trust God's timing" in the comments if your spirit agrees. Tap like to seal your agreement with this word. And give a super thanks to sow into the covenant God is preparing. Beloved, heaven is not just preparing you for marriage. It is preparing your marriage to be a vessel of ministry. You will not only share love with each other, you will share it with the world, and it will point back to the one who wrote your story. Beloved, the angels say your future spouse is feeling the weight of this season in ways they cannot explain. It is not heaviness from despair. It is the holy weight of knowing something eternal is taking shape. They wake in the middle of the night with you on their heart, not by accident, not because of random thoughts, but because the Spirit is stirring them to pray. Some nights, they do not even have the words. They just whisper your name before God, and heaven receives it like incense rising from an altar. The angels say they are learning to listen more. They are slowing down their steps so they can move in God's pace. They have stopped asking for just any relationship and started asking for the right one, the one heaven approves, the one that will bring peace, not chaos. Beloved, they are also reflecting on their own readiness. They know love is not only about what they want to receive,